Let's talk about bridges. The bridge at Dude recently collapsed due to incessant rainfall causing the Balasan River to overflow. But this is not an isolated incident. Many bridges suffer structural damage due to the increase in the flow of the river during the monsoons. Now, it could just be the regular issue of bad construction and poor maintenance, but I feel the problem runs deeper than that. There are many types of bridges that you can construct, and the most common one that you can find in the Darjeeling area is the beam bridge, where a horizontal beam or deck is placed upon piers which run down into the river itself. Immediately, you can sort of see what the problem with such a type of bridge is. The piers which run into the river itself are very vulnerable to structural damage when the flow of the river becomes too violent. So why do we keep building such types of bridges? Well, the simple answer is that they are very cheap and easy to build. However, if recent history has taught us anything, it's that these types of bridges are not suitable for the fast-paced, violent rivers of the Darjeeling area. So what type of bridge should we construct? The first type that we can look into are suspension bridges. These are basically types of bridges where huge towers are built on each embankment and the bridge deck is supported by cables which are supported by the towers themselves. But there are some disadvantages to these types of bridges as well. They are very susceptible to the wind and require constant maintenance, as even the collapse of one single cable can cause the entire structure to collapse. This was tragically evident at the collapse of the Bijanbari suspension bridge back in 2011, which claimed the lives of 32 victims. So actually the best type of bridge that we can build in places like Darjeeling are actually arch bridges, where an arch supports the horizontal beam of the bridge and distributes its weight to the piers on the embankments itself. These types of bridges are extremely durable, and there have even been instances of some surviving all the way from the Roman Empire. And we need not go far to see an example of such a type of bridge. The famous Bagpul or the Coronation Bridge across the Teesta River, which connects North Bengal and Sikkim, is actually a very good example of an arch bridge which has survived for almost 85 years. However, arch bridges are extremely complicated to build and require expert engineers to plan them out very well. This is the reason why they are very expensive to build as well. But it does seem like a good investment in the long run. Instead of having to rebuild bridges every single monsoon, we can always invest into an arch bridge at vulnerable locations such as Dude so that they can last a very long time, making sense economically in the long run. However, such an investment does mean lesser contracts to give out each year, so I do not know if it makes sense politically or not.